Hello everybody, welcome back to Making It Up. I'm Isa, and the time has come for you to get to know me better. Today I'm doing my first Q&A ever. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me some questions, things you're curious about, beauty, life, anything, and you guys delivered. I want to do more of these in the future, so if you don't follow me on Instagram and you want to ask questions in the future, make sure to follow me there. Links are down below. You guys know what to do. I have my iced coffee right here. It looks very watered down. It's okay. So if you guys are curious to know more about me, you're nosy, and you just want to know the tea on Isa, then make sure to keep watching because I'm going to answer some questions. So let me just pull up the questions on my phone. Okay, first question is, what are you studying? What did you study in college? Well, here's the thing. I didn't go to college, and I feel like I've talked about this like years and years ago. I went to a non-traditional high school, so I didn't want to go to college. I didn't feel like wasting my money on something that I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted. I just didn't feel like college was for me. It's fine if it's for you. Instead, I kind of hacked my education and did a lot of like little courses on things that actually interested me. I went to makeup school, obviously, that's a big one. I had so much fun. I went to makeup school in New York and I learned so much. Then I kind of started working, and while I was working, I was doing like online courses on like digital marketing. I did a creative writing course. Like I did a lot of little things that interested me. And last year I did a program called Praxis, which is like a career discovery program. It's a year-long program where they kind of train you and they help you build up your portfolio and they eventually help you get a job. So yeah, I did a lot of things instead of going to college. Still continued getting an education. I just did it differently and learned about the things that interested me in a way that wasn't as expensive as going to college. That's that. I think that answers the question, right? Next, do you live in New York? Girl, I don't. I don't live in New York. I used to live in New York. I've lived in New York for a few summers and when I went to makeup school, and I love New York. And if I could move to New York, I would. Like, it's my favorite city ever. It's so expensive. It's gotten super unsafe in the last few years, which is unfortunate, but I still love it. My sister actually lives there because she goes to school there. So I visit, but it's not like living there. I actually live in Guatemala City. I like to travel a lot. I have family in Austin and stuff. So I do a lot of traveling, but I ultimately live in Guatemala City. Wish I lived in New York City though, but you can't have it all. Hopefully one day I will live there again. Next up, I have favorite / most used beauty brands. This question is so hard because here's the thing, there are a lot of brands out there that have amazing products and they also have like shitty products. So there's a lot of everything out there and it's really hard to choose favorites, but I definitely do have brands that I use a lot and I have a little list here so that I don't forget. So NYX is one of them. Love NYX, very affordable. Their products are amazing and they're very like artistry focused. I love that, and I love the fact that they don't break the bank. They have so many good products that I use almost on the daily, so NYX is good. Then we have Glossier. I didn't want to add this to the list because I feel like they haven't come out with a lot of great things recently. They're kind of like stuck in what they already have, like their classic products, which there's nothing wrong with them. Like, I freaking love their blushes, their lipsticks. They have so many great products that I love, that I use all the freaking time. That's why I'm including it in the list. And we have Fenty Beauty. I don't own a ton of Fenty Beauty products, but I use my Fenty Beauty products a lot. So it's one of my most used brands. Then we have Naturium. Some of the best skincare ever. I think they're the brand that I've tried the most from. Like, I've tried so many of their products because they're so good, and they're for sure a most used brand and a favorite brand. Then I have Glow Recipe. Again, I have a ton of their products that I use on rotation. They're really good brand. A little bit higher up in price, but their products are really nice. And then for some more affordable stuff, I do Maybelline, L'Oreal, you know, both of those. I have a fair share of products in my collection and I use them constantly, like brow products, mascaras, like I'm wearing a L'Oreal lipstick today, Maybelline bronzer, you know, like they're in my everyday makeup looks for sure. So those two staples as well. Next question is one word. Boyfriend? Question mark. No boyfriend! Exclamation point. I don't know how to answer this question. It's just I don't have a boyfriend. And I haven't had a boyfriend ever, and at this rate, will I ever have one? I don't know. Another beauty question. Must have makeup products / products you always return to. Love this one so much. I have a little basket of products here because of course I come prepared. I'm gonna try to go quickly with these because you guys have seen these all the time. I always go back to them. Some of these I've repurchased time and time again. L'Oreal True Match Nude Tinted Serum, Hyaluronic Serum, so good. One of the only like skin tints, skin product things that I have used for the past few months almost daily. I love her. She's beautiful. And then similar to that one, Fenty Beauty Ease Drops. It's a little bit more, I wouldn't say it's matte. It's a little less dewy, more skin-like. And then I have the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Classic Ivory. I've repurchased this so much. I think it's less than $5. I've repurchased it more than 3 times. It's amazing. It's a steal. It's everything to me. Then I have my Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. This one has been discontinued, but I have a new one here because I repurchased one. Like, I've had my old one, like my first one I've had for years, maybe too many years. But when I hit pan on that one, I was like, oh no, I need a new one. And I still haven't finished that first one, but I still bought another one. Thankfully, because they're discontinued now, but this is so good. One of the best bronzers I've ever used in my life, and I'm so sad that they discontinued it. For eye products, I always go back to Pat McGrath eyeshadows. I truly believe they're some of the best. This is the Celestial Odyssey palette. They don't have this anymore, but a lot of these shades you can find in other palettes as well. You know, they're expensive, but they're so good. Whenever I'm using eyeshadow, I'm for sure using a Pat McGrath eyeshadow, so, you know. The Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil and Whiskey. You guys know I featured this in almost every single video I've ever done since getting this, and I use this almost daily. Like, truly, this is my, it's my son, my little whiskey son. I was gonna say something else, but I didn't. And then for mascara, there are so many mascaras that I love and that I come back to. But the Tom Ford Badass Mascara is by far my favorite mascara ever. The most expensive mascara, but also, like, the greatest. And I have already repurchased this, even though it's like $50. So you guys know, I love it so much. And then I have one other eye product here, the Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Top Coat in Peach. Mine is broken. There was a time when I was using this every single day. Since it broke, I've used it a little less because it gets a little messy, but I still love her. She was again expensive, but so beautiful. Perfect like eyeshadow topper, perfect just all over glitter, perfect peachy shade, unreal, amazing, beautiful. And then for lips, Naturium Fido Glow Lip Balm. This is in clear. I have one in the shade Nectar as well, which is a peachy one. One of the best chapstick products or like lip balm products ever. It's so good for my lips. It looks amazing. It smells kind of like MAC lipsticks on crack. It's so good. Okay, this is amazing. Forever will repurchase. And then a lip liner, which is newer for me, but I love, like I fell in love so quickly and it's a favorite, and I return to this lip liner all the freaking time. NYX Lip Pencil in Nude Beige. So good. So affordable. Will be purchasing more of the NYX lip liners because they're amazing. And then you guys saw this coming, Glossier Generation G lipsticks. I have repurchased these like 2 or 3 times. The shade Cake specifically, I love her. She is my favorite nude shade. I use her so much. I have a backup going just in case I run out of this and I can't buy one immediately. This formula is so good. It's my favorite formula. It's my favorite shade. It's my favorite everything. I will never be without this. And the last product that I really do constantly return to, it's the best of the best, Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Look at how filthy disgusting this is. It's because I use it so much. This is one of the first makeup items I ever purchased, and I've repurchased it time and time again. And I will forever come back to it because this is so good. Mwah, chef's kiss. I love her. Next question we have, dream job. What a question to unpack. What is my dream job? I think I have so many dream jobs, truly. I cannot just pick one. I would love to be like a personal shopper or like a consultant for like beauty, like a beauty shopper for stores, or like a beauty consultant for people. Like what, you know, like they come to me and they're like, what do I buy? And I'm like recommending them products. I think I'd be really good at that. I would love to do that someday. Maybe I will. You know, dream job, here I come. I would also love to be like a podcast host. I feel like I'd slay. I'd kill it. Even though, do I know how to talk well into a microphone? Not entirely sure, even though I'm doing it right now, but I think it would be so fun to be a podcast host. I could do it in my pajamas and not have to get ready. That sounds like a dream, truly. Another one that I've always thought about, celebrity makeup artist. I think that would be so fun and help them get glam for events or just like for a TV show. That would be so cool, right? My ultimate dream job would be like just sleeping. You know what? My dream job, scratch everything I just said, reading books for a living. That's it. Not like reviewing nothing, just reading books and getting paid to read them. That is my number one. That is my number one answer. A few questions about clothes. Favorite clothing brand, where do you buy cute clothes, etc., etc. Here's the thing, I live in Guatemala. There's not a lot here. We don't have a lot of places, so it's a little limited here. But I do get to travel, thankfully. I'm blessed, and I get to go to other places to buy my clothes. So I'm going to talk about some brands that I love. Not all of them are accessible to me here in Guatemala, but some of them are. The first one I want to talk about, you guys all know it, it's Zara. But specifically the Zara app. I have been gatekeeping this a little bit because I figured it out. The Zara app is so much easier to use than their website, and they actually, like, when you go to Zara here in Guatemala, there are a few things in the store, but not a lot. Like, they don't have their coolest stuff because nobody would buy it, so they don't, like, bring it out. But the cool stuff is in the app, and you can actually purchase it through the app, and then they can either ship it to your house or you can go to the store and pick it up. So that's my secret, Zara app. They have so many cool things, amazing shoes. Zara has like glowed up, truly. They have so many cool things and cool collections. I don't know if you can use the app in the States, but if you can't use the app, just go online. It's not the same experience, but you still get some cool stuff. And another store that I love is Cause stores. They're like the higher end H&M. Very Scandinavian, very wow. It's so good. It's a little expensive. Yes, it's expensive. It's a store where I go in and I can only buy one thing every once in a while, but it's so good. The clothing is super high quality, very weird cuts. I like weird clothing, okay? My style is very eclectic, borderline man repeller. So if you're more into like classic girly style, sometimes I dress like that, but not all the time. And I like the variety. So Cause has like the super interesting cuts and lines and designs that I love. And it's a place where I go for different when I want something different. And I like stores like Nordstrom, where they're a department store and you get a lot of options, because there's where I can like discover new clothing brands or just go back to like the old faithful clothing brands. You know, they have a little bit of everything, and it's very easy to find your style, find something that you like. They have higher end stuff. They have stuff like Topshop. They have Reformation. You know, they have a little bit of everything. So that was very Australian of me. Am I Australian? No, I'm not, but okay. Thrifting. I love thrifting. It's super fun. I find that thrifting, you find the most unique pieces. Especially here in Guatemala, I think thrifting is a great option if you want something that's different, because we don't have a ton of options. You need to be patient though, and you need to be in the mindset to go thrift and like sift through clothes. But I love thrifting. And if you can buy things from like places like ThredUp and eBay and stuff, then power to you. It's so fun to just browse through shit. When I want something that is a little more classic and put together and high quality, I go to Aritzia. They have like a signature style. Yes, it's very expensive, but I find that that's a store where I can go with everyone. Like I can go with my younger sister and I can go with my mom, and we can all find something that we love. Aritzia just has it all. Love it there. I also would like to live in an Aritzia store because they're always so beautiful. Another brand that I fucking love that I don't hear a lot of people talk about is Uniqlo. Amazing quality stuff. It's a Japanese brand. They have a little bit of everything. I love Uniqlo. They have their classic style, but they always, I love them. Okay, Uniqlo, buy their shit. Tell them I sent you. If I'm looking for something that's a little bit more sporty, even though I'm not a sporty girl, but something like workout gear, Outdoor Voices. They have the greatest quality stuff, the cutest stuff. You can go to like Lululemon and stuff, but that's just like basic. I hate it there. Or like Aloe Yoga. I don't know. It feels just very like I don't belong. Outdoor Voices it's like a hug from the workout gods to me, someone who is not a workout person. They have the cutest stuff, cute designs, cute colors. Love them so much. Up next, I have, how do I get into reading more? This is a great question. So I am an avid reader. I love reading and I read all the time. I built up the habit because I've been reading my whole life. Like my dad used to read to me every night, and then I just, the love for reading just evolved in me as I grew older. But if you're someone who didn't have that growing up and you want to get into reading now, it is possible. It is doable, and here's what you're gonna do. Do not look for recommendations from people, because I have a few friends that aren't big readers and I'm like, I fucking love this book, like you should read it. They're not into that, I'm always hyping up the book and giving them certain expectations in their mind, and then they start reading it and they're like, this is not good, and then they never continue. So here's what you're gonna do. Scratch the freaking everyone telling you should read this, you should read that. Think of something that you love. Like if you love fashion, then go and look for a book that's about fashion. Or if you want it to be a fiction book, have it be a fiction book about someone who's into fashion or getting it. You know, like look for something that is interesting to you. And if you're just starting to read, obviously find something that isn't too overwhelming and that isn't super long, because then it's gonna seem more doable. Once you've done that, you're gonna set aside 5 minutes of your time every single day, maybe first thing you do when you wake up, last thing you do before going to bed, 5 minutes, and read for 5 minutes. It doesn't matter if you read 1 page or 2 pages. It does not matter. Just read for 5 minutes, and if you want to continue, then continue. And as time goes by and you're building up that habit, you can start increasing the amount of time, and then you'll build up the habit, and it's going to become easier to read more and more and more. And then last but not least, I recommend getting into some kind of like book club, or just having like running partners. Maybe your friends also want to get into reading a little bit more, so each of you have your own book, and you know, you're constantly checking in, like, did you read today? Or you get together to read a little bit and explain what you read to the other person. That's going to help you get a little bit more engaged with what you're reading and with books. And over time, as a habit builds, you're going to be able to find more books that interest you. You're going to be able to read more, and you go from there. Okay, you grow from the baby steps. Okay, comfort movies or TV shows. Boy, do I have a lot of those that I have watched more than once because I have anxiety. But yeah, let's get into them. First comfort show. Let's do shows first, then movies. That 70s Show. Love that 70s Show. Whenever I needed a hug, I would put that on. Whenever I was doing a task and I just needed something as background, I would put that on. And then Netflix, fuck you, took that 70s Show out, and my life has never been the same. But yeah, that 70s Show, so good. If you can watch it, watch it. Julie and the Phantoms, for obvious reasons. This is the show that I have watched the most in my life. Over 10 times. I know it's only 1 season, and again, fuck you Netflix for canceling it, but I have rewatched those 9 episodes so much, like a concerning amount of times, and I will not stop because it is my comfort show. Duh. We have the one and only Gilmore Girls. Fucking love that show. I've rewatched it, I think, twice. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. And it's like a show that's giving me a hug. Fall vibes all around. Freaking love it. And then if I'm feeling nostalgic for New York City, Gossip Girl. Yes, Gossip Girl is such a good show. I've only been able to like watch it twice, like through, because it is a long one, but another comfort show. Friggin' love it. Now let's move on to some comfort movies. First one, Little Women, Greta Gerwig's version. It's so good. It breaks my heart. I cry it so much. It's a hard one for me to watch, but it comforts me. But I cry a lot. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. Like, please. Another one, Princess Diaries, both 1 and 2. Anne Hathaway, Julie Andrews. What more could you want? I watched this movie so much. It's reminiscent of my childhood. Freaking amazing movie. And then any of the Marvel movies, not any of the Marvel movies, like Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff, no, not for me. But like any of the Captain America movies or the Iron Man movies, comfort movies. Freaking love Marvel. High School Musical 3, always a good one. Reminds me of my childhood. It makes me nostalgic and I freaking love it. It's so good. Also, Troy Bolton. Like, hello. Oh my god, I forgot about the show, Wizards of Waverly Place. I was the biggest Selena Gomez fan growing up, and this was my show. I've rewatched it as an adult. Still slaps. What a good show. And then along the lines of Selena Gomez, last movie I want to talk about, another Cinderella story. The one with Selena Gomez and Drew Seeley. If you guys haven't watched this movie, you need to go watch it. Like, watch it right now. Pause the video and go watch it and then come back. It's so good. I love it. It's a comfort movie. Selena Gomez in general, she's a comfort person for me, so anything with Selena Gomez in it, I'm game. One thing we don't know about you. So one thing you guys don't know about me, I think there's a lot you don't know about me. Let's do something quirky, fun. One thing you guys don't know about me, actually, is that I am the slowest. I also don't know how to speak. I'm the slowest drinker ever. I've had this coffee since 9 a.m. It's 12:43 p.m. And I'm still, like, I'm not even halfway through. The only thing I drink quickly is like a crispy Coke from McDonald's. Everything else I don't. Like, glass of wine, it's gonna like, I have this much wine, it's gonna take me like 2 hours to drink it. I'm a slow drinker. Alcohol, non-alcoholic. I take the longest time drinking literally anything. A lot of people don't understand, and they're like, how can you still drink? Like, it's fucking coffee water. It's not even good anymore. It's like disgusting. It's good to me. Okay? I love it. Maybe you didn't really need to know it, but hey, now you know something new about me. We're approaching the end. We have 2 questions left. This next one is favorite creators / influencers. I like this question a lot. Someone that I've been just loving, like obsessed with right now is Dani Schulz. She's from Ecuador. She does a lot of great TikToks. And I love her. She used to be on YouTube. She's taking a break. She also has a podcast. She's amazing. She's Latina. She speaks Spanish. So if you speak Spanish, she's everything to me. She's also a businesswoman. I just discovered her a few months ago and I've learned so much from her already. She's like a comfort person again. I'm always looking forward to her content. Go check her out. She's amazing. She's truly the bomb. She's gorgeous. And I also, even though she's not a fashion influencer, I love her style. Up next, I have Tinks. I've talked about Tinks' podcast before in a favorites, but I just think she's like my older sister. I'm the oldest of three, and she is my older sister. Always gives great life advice. She's just someone who I look up to a lot. And yeah, if you guys know who Tinks is, she makes TikToks, she has a podcast, she does it all. Up next, we have the one and only Emma Chamberlain. I love her. Again, I've known about Emma for so long, but I just recently got into her as she became an adult and I could relate to her content more. She is just so, she's a friend. It's like when I see her videos, when I listen to her podcast, I feel like I'm talking to a friend. And that's always, you know, what I'm aiming for. Just to distract myself from the fact that I have two friends in real life. But I love Emma. I think she's so cool. For a beauty person, I have Jamie Page. I love her. I talk about her all the time as well. She's my beauty guru of choice. Her content always slaps. I love her. She's so cool. She's Canadian, obviously. The Canadians are always the coolest. But I love her beauty content. She puts so much effort into her videos. She always has great input. I always learn so much from her. Jamie Page, you rock. And the last but not least, I have a TikToker. Honestly, I like TikTok, but I don't follow a lot of people on there. But you have to follow Bowmanizer. Bowen Martinez. His username is Bowmanizer. Link is down below. He makes the best TikToks ever. The funniest TikToks, the best produced, like it's not just someone who gets on camera and is funny. He creates a story. It's a whole production. Okay, it's a whole production. I don't know how to explain it. You guys need to go watch his TikToks right now because he is an icon. He's a legend and he is a moment. I love you, Bowman. Please be my best friend. He's also Canadian. That's why he's so cool. Oh my god, I love him. And then let's end on this last question here. Best life advice you have received. We're ending deep here. I just need to sneeze first. Okay, maybe I didn't need to sneeze, but anyways, I've received a lot of great life advice. But as I grow older and I am in this stage of my life, comparison is a thief of joy. This has been ingrained into my brain since I was like 10 years old. Comparison is a thief of joy. But as I've grown older, I've started putting it into practice. It's hard. We're constantly comparing all the freaking time, I understand. But it's vital. It's vital. If you stop comparing yourself, life gets better. So comparison is a thief of joy. Always and forever. Whenever you find yourself comparing yourself to someone on the internet, to your friends, remind yourself of it, block that shit out, and live your life. There is no set timeline. You're not supposed to be doing anything other than what you're doing right now. Comparison is a thief of joy. Best life advice I have ever received. Okay, I am officially sweating, my throat hurts. That means we have wrapped up this video. I had so much fun answering you guys' questions. I didn't know people were gonna ask questions. I thought like I was gonna get like 3-4 questions, but I got so many. So thank you to everyone who asked me questions again. If you wanna ask me things in the future, if you wanna be a part of another Q&A when I do one eventually, make sure to follow me on Instagram so you can ask there. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you had a blast. I hope you learned a little more about me so we can grow our relationship as friends. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It always helps me out and lets me know you guys love my content. And if you're into super easy and real makeup and beauty content and sometimes more lifestyle-y fun content like today, then please make sure to subscribe. Buttons down below. You guys know what to do. Again, thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you right here next week. Bye everybody. Mwah.